Every year, a new headline claims artificial intelligence is going to eliminate entire industries. It's usually exaggerated nonsense designed to get clicks, leaving most business owners skeptical, assuming AI is just a toy that spits out generic robotic text. Let's be precise about what is actually happening. AI is not replacing strategic thinking, creative direction, or human judgment. What it is doing is rapidly commoditizing the execution layer, the repetitive, daily tasks that marketing teams spend most of their time actually doing. Look at this matrix. It shows the core functions of a typical lean marketing operation for a small to medium business. We aren't talking about a massive enterprise department with 20 people. We are talking about the bare minimum needed for consistent output. You need a freelance content writer running $12,000 to $18,000 a year, a part-time graphic designer for social graphics and ads, adding another $10,000 to $15,000, a social media manager to handle the calendar, costing $8,000 to $12,000, and an SEO specialist on retainer for another $10,000 to $15,000. Once you factor in the software subscriptions to support those roles, your total annual cost lands right around the $50,000 benchmark. That is the traditional trade-off. To get specialized execution in writing, design, video, and data, growing businesses have to manage multiple disconnected freelancers and burn $50,000 a year just to keep the lights on. But if you look closely at how those specialists actually spend their day-to-day hours, a massive inefficiency becomes obvious. This pie chart highlights the problem. The dark navy is high-level strategy. The bright cyan represents the execution layer. This is where 80% of a marketing budget goes. The execution layer is writing the 15th variation of an email subject line. It is resizing a single graphic for 10 different social platforms. It is manually researching keywords and scheduling posts. It is highly repetitive, pattern-based, and time-intensive. And pattern-based repetition is exactly what modern software algorithms are built to handle. Moving this execution work to an AI stack does not make your human talent worthless. It shifts their job description. Instead of spending 8 hours writing a blog post from scratch, they spend 1 hour directing the software and refining the output. The role compresses from a full-time creator into a part-time strategic director. Let's map out exactly how this works using a 7-tool software stack, starting with AI content writing platforms. When fed detailed prompts and solid source material, these tools can handle the bulk of your blog posts, website copy, and email sequences. On this split-screen scorecard, you can see the math. A human writer producing 8 to 12 pieces a month costs around $15,000 a year. An AI writing tool matching that exact output volume runs about $300 a year. The catch here is quality control. Raw AI output is generic and forgettable. The software gets you 80% of the way there instantly, but a human must edit that final 20% to inject genuine brand voice. Next is Tool 2, AI graphic design. These platforms generate on-brand graphics from text prompts, automatically resize assets, and create template variations without manual rework. A part-time designer handling daily output costs $12,000 a year. AI design tools handle that volume for roughly $600 a year. Again, if you need a bespoke, award-winning brand campaign, hire a human. But to solve the daily volume problem of routine, consistent social posting, the execution is functionally solved. Now we reach Tool 3. AI video editing. Historically, video has been the highest friction, most specialized, and most expensive marketing medium to produce. Today, AI video platforms take raw footage, automatically cut out dead space, generate perfectly synced captions, and pull relevant B-roll based on the spoken audio. Watch the scorecard here. A freelance video editor pushing out daily social content costs $12,000 to $24,000 annually. The AI platforms handling the bulk of that cutting and captioning run less than $1,000 a year. The trade-off is pacing. An automated cut can feel algorithmic, missing the subtle emotional timing that a human editor brings to a narrative documentary or a high-end commercial. But for a business that needs high-volume, short-form educational content for social media, the post-production process is now practically frictionless once you record the raw footage. With content created, we move to distribution. Tool 4 is AI social media management. These platforms analyze trending topics to generate content calendars and auto-schedule your posts across every network. Back on the scorecard, a human social manager costs $10,000 a year. The AI scheduling equivalent is about $720. Tool 5 is AI SEO research. Instead of paying a specialist for days of manual spreadsheet work, the software analyzes thousands of competitor pages, identifies content gaps, and scores your optimization in minutes. That swaps a $12,000 human retainer for an $1,800 software subscription. Tool 6, AI email marketing, drafts campaign sequences and tests subject lines natively inside your sending platform, absorbing those tasks without requiring a separate copywriter. And Tool 7 is AI ad copy testing. It generates dozens of headline variations instantly and predicts performance based on historical data patterns before you even spend a dollar. Instead of paying a paid media specialist $15,000 just to write and test copy, the software does it for $1,200 a year. Now, a crucial caveat. These 4 distribution tools give you the variations and the raw data. They do not decide your financial budgets, and they do not define your business strategy. A human still makes those calls. But the operational backbone, the actual compiling of research and the clicking of the buttons to distribute the media, is no longer a multi-person department. It is a software stack. Here is where most businesses fail when they try this. They buy all 7 subscriptions, hand them to random employees, and end up with chaotic, misaligned marketing. Owning 7 disconnected tools does not equal a functioning system. Step 1 is establishing a single source of truth. You must document your target audience, core messaging, and brand voice, and feed that exact same document into every single tool. Otherwise, the AI improvises and your brand fractures. This flowchart shows what that looks like in practice. You build a linear pipeline. The central brand source informs your research tool, which dictates the topics for your writing tool. The text from the writing tool flows directly into your design and video prompts, so the visuals match the copy. From there, the finished assets branch into parallel tracks for social scheduling, email, and ad campaigns. Finally, you close the loop. The click rates from your ad tool and the open rates from your email tool route backward, telling the research node what topics actually worked so it knows what to write next. When you sequence these tools together, they stop acting as isolated spam generators and become a self-reinforcing marketing engine. But an engine requires a driver. You don't need 7 different freelancers, but you do need one strategic overseer, a capable marketing generalist who understands the pipeline, writes the prompts, and reviews the output for quality control. You must budget 10 to 15 hours a week specifically for this human oversight. If you try to automate the final review process, the system will degrade and fail. When we stack the final math, those 7 mid-tier software subscriptions cost around $6,000 a year. Add $25,000 to $35,000 for your part-time strategic overseer. Look at the final balance on this scale. The traditional model burns $50,000 minimum. The pipeline model costs between $28,000 and $41,000, reducing your baseline spend by up to 45% while matching or exceeding the total output volume. If your brand's entire identity relies on complex positioning or high-stakes, deeply original creative campaigns, do not replace your human talent. But for the vast majority of small and medium businesses whose main marketing problem is consistent daily execution, this is the realistic path forward. By trading manual execution hours for leveraged strategic oversight, this software stack acts as a true force multiplier.